So, you've decided to speedrun the 101% category of Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom. You have no idea on the world of pain you are about to inflict upon yourself. But that's neither here or there. A while ago I made a guide compiling information on the true 100% category of Shipwreck 64, and that video did modestly well, so I decided to make more of them. Now, I was going to make one on the 100% category for Bendy the Dark Revival, and that is still coming, but I decided to do this one first due to some nostalgia for a game which, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know I'm fairly intimate with. And so, that's what this video is. Now, unlike True 100%, I have not ran the 101% category, mostly because only one person has done it, and that video is like 3 hours long. So, man, I really don't want to do 3 hours of this game specifically. Although I will admit, maybe I'll do it in the future. If you want to watch the 101% run done by YouTuber Jace Cabine, I'll link it in the description. But I still decided to do this anyways, both as kind of another entry in the series, and also to update my old all extras and all golden spatulas and goofy goober tokens videos from the dark ages of my channel. Just kind of compiled into one now, with some speedrun tricks like the Shipwreck 64 run. So, join me in this little guide for the collectibles of Around the Clock Bikini Bottom. This is So You've Decided to Speedrun, a guide to the 101% category in Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom. So, naturally, we'll be starting with the first level, Glove World. The golden spatula you can get in the beginning chase sequence here, although it's not until the very end of it. Which, luckily, thanks to my editing magic, I can just teleport us straight to the end right now. So once you get to this end sequence, instead of going to the Tunnel of Glove, just turn left into this alcove, and boom, get the golden spatula. Now, just don't take too long like me and nearly lose Left Glovey. You don't want to lose him, or he's going to start doing weird butt stuff with SpongeBob. And as we all know, that's Patrick's job. Anyways, off of that tangent, yeah, the Goofy Goober token's literally just in the Tunnel of Glove. You just jump through here into this little side room. Behind these crates, there is a lever. You just interact with it. It opens up that wall over there, and inside the wall alcove is the Goofy Goober token, next to the skeletal bear corpse, which, as we all know, every amusement park has. I mean, mine has like 5 of them. How many skeletal bear corpses does your amusement park have? Let me know in the comments, and I won't read them. Now for Patrick's Rock. The golden spatula you can't grab until you get pulled into the imagination box, like I am now. And so, to get it, what you want to do is just go forward, as you tend to do in video games, to progress. Just follow the normal path, past this roundabout. And right here, instead of going forwards to go into the next section, you just turn left, find this little alcove, and boom, the golden spatula is right behind it. As for the Goofy Goobus token, it's actually in the next section. So we'll go into it. I'm just going to use the console to get rid of Prowler Patrick. Naturally, this route will change depending on where he decides to spawn. But I will show, 2 ways you can get there with disabled lighting, because this level is dark as shit. Even with me having the gamma turned all the way up. Anyways, Route 1 is the most direct one, and it's by going left. You just go forwards, take a left at the bus, keep going forwards, take a right at the cool, refreshing milk billboard. Go down here, and you'll find at the end of this alcove, but I haven't gone there yet. As for if he spawns that way, you need to go left. What you do is right. Hang right, go forwards from here, make your left at the anchor, then make a left here by the biplanes. Then you should end up here. Just go forwards past all of these, the picket fences, and then boom, you end up in the exact same area. And now, how you get the token is you're gonna want to go to this like gyrating trash can here, and you just interact with it. And then Barry pops out a few times. He tells you to go like bother someone else. And after the third kind of spam stuff, he gives you the token. All right, now for SpongeBob's pineapple. So the token's actually the first one you can grab in this level, which I'll show off now. Naturally, normally you have to like actually go check on the food bag and then have the doodles spawn before you can do this, but since I'm using the console, I can just teleport SpongeBob in here. So what you do is from this room, you literally just turn right into his gym, and then you interact with the pink plushie on his dumbbell. It swears at you, and the token spawns by the whatever this is. It's probably like a pull-up thing. And as for the golden spatula, you're going to want to grab this when you actually have to go get Gary. So, you get the food, pour it in his dish, and then you go to the library. Make sure you dodge Doodle Patrick because he spawns all over the place. Because he's a bit of a Doodle Pat dick. But anyways, yeah, once you get to his library, just drop off the slide. Underneath is a little side room. You just go into it, and the golden spatula is right in there. Fun fact, I think this is actually a reference to where a golden spatula is in Battle for Bikini Bottom. So, more you know there. Now for 3451 Anchorway. The golden spatula is the first one you can grab. Um, and you know this. You just go upstairs, you do the objective, get your munty, and then, yeah, this is when you get the golden spatula. Now, now, naturally, you'll be collecting the money through this. I'm not going to, because once you get 3, it activates Pearl. So, but yeah, for the golden spatula, it's in the crow's nest. So you just go up there to the roof, go forwards, and behind these crates is the golden spatula. So that's good. As for the Goofy Goober token, it requires something from the root beer cellar. So you just gotta go there. Yep, go through here, drop down, and then go into this room that has the Mayo minigun, and just go forwards, and you'll be able to walk through the wall. And in this side room, there's a little plushie of Barry. You just collect the plushie, go back to the room you spawn in, which I guess is Krabs' living room or something. And on his little doll figure, there'll be an outline of the Barry plushie. Just place it there, and boom, Goofy Goober token spawns here. Now, I will note a trick I have seen with this, where for most speedrunners, what they'll do is they'll get the plushie when they actually have to go and get the Mayo minigun after getting all the money. And then they'll place this here when they go here and need to leave. But if you've played this level, you know when you get the minigun, there's a little like jump scare from Pearl where she starts running at you, and you gotta use the minigun to gun her down like Al Capone or Heavy TF2. And I personally have never been able to do it. What usually happens is either A, I'd get the token, but then Pearl would get too close and kill me, or B, I'd be able to kill Pearl, but I wouldn't be able to get the token at the same time. So I'd end up failing the ace objectives. In fact, you probably actually are able to see that in my old acing the level speedrun that I did a long time ago. Now rounding out the Tembian house levels with my favorite level, Squidward's Monument. So, the Goofy Goober token's the first one you can grab. It's pretty easy. Just go over to Squidward's TV, interact with it, and then you'll see Barry doing his little Doots, and the Goofy Goober token will spawn in Squidward's kitchen, right by the oven. Do note that you can't interact with the TV and get Barry to show up once the power outage happens when you need to go for the wax sculpture. So you're going to want to grab this before that. I think a good point would be when you're getting the Squilliam painting, which I'll explain at the extras because I am recording this while I am editing as a reshoot. And I know that I explained it in the extras bit. It would have made more sense to explain it here, but I'm not doing that because then I'd have to refilm the extras bit to not talk about it. And I don't want to do that. Sounds dumb. Anyways, as for the golem spatula, you would want to get this when you're going for the wax sculpture. It's pretty simple. Squidward's artist studio, right by the wax sculpture. It's in this side room in the back, right next to the nepotism painting, which every house should have in its supply closet. Uh, Naturally, you're gonna want to grab this uh, before you get the wax sculpture because when you grab it, you get all slowed down and stuff, and that's no good. Patrick, please stop looking at me like that. Okay. Yeah, Tentaclacas, we're here. Patrick, stop! Okay, the Goofy Goober token's the first one you can get here. As I'm showing, you just gotta backtrack, go to this mailbox, interact with it, and hey, look, it's Barry. Skip the dialogue, and yeah, there's a challenge you have to do. So there are about 4 of these in the game. For this, Goofy Goober's, Mrs. Puff's boating school, and Larry's gym. And this one is hide and seek. So what you gotta do is, I'll just, accept. Originally I wasn't gonna show this, but I might as well. I'll just show this for this and Mrs. Puff's boating school, though. The other two are the same. So, what you have to do is, at first, you gotta look around the place and able to find Barry in a certain amount of time. Barry's hiding spots is random each time. Unfortunately, I do not know every starting location for Barry, but I do know a few. Like, I think he can spawn in, like, that maze. I think another spot he can spawn is near the beginning, where I'm going to check now. Yeah, okay, there he is. So yeah, once you find him, I'm not sure every spot, like I said. Yeah, afterwards, you have 30 seconds to hide. And yeah, do that. There's a better spot for this, but I'm not sure if I can get to it. Here, I think what actually I'm going to do is I'll just teleport Squidward out of bounds with the teleport command. Oh, whoops. Ignore that, okay? You didn't see that. You didn't see that. I'll it, and if you tell anyone that you saw that, I'll tell your moms that you're a snitch. Okay, here I am. Yeah, I'll just drop out of bounds. I know there is a very good hiding spot where you can hide to do this. I just don't think I could have gone to it in time. Also, I don't remember, but that's a less important detail. Hey, so editing Oracle here. So I actually found the hiding spot I was talking about in Tentacle Acres. It's actually this little kelp patch right here by this little puddle of water. You literally just crouch down in it. I'm using the camera, and just Barry cannot find you. If you're looking for the Pacific Room, it is right in this corridor. The being the left room near the canned bread truck. I don't know why Barry has such a hard time finding you if you hide in there, but he does. So, yeah, I just wanted to add that. Yeah, as you can see, what Barry will do is he'll just wander around the whole map trying to find you. If he does find you, then Barry will attack you, and you'll have to redo the hiding minigame. And if you do hide from him, you get the Goofy Goober token, which I will show. Yeah, and then after he gives up, he gives you the token, you collect it, and then you get teleported back to the main area. So yeah, that's the Goofy Goober token. Like I said, you gotta do this twice, and there are two hide and seek mini games. The other's in Larry's gym. So yeah. But as for the golden spatula, before I show that, I will show a little trick you can do: the Tentacle Acres skip. So, how you do the Tentacle Acres skip is simple. When you get to this hole, normally you would drop down and there'd be a little cutscene that plays, but we can skip it by simply going to the hole, and then from there you're going to want to jump as far as you can to the wall here, and then just hug it as you move through, and then boom, you've skipped the cutscene. And what this does, why this works, normally you don't have to waste time watching the cutscene, which is decently length. If we go back to the gate, uh, okay, I guess they took this out. Patrick is not on the level, because naturally the cutscene teleports Patrick into the map, and since we didn't do that, he's just stuck outside. And what does this mean? See these lasers? Normally when you walk through them, it will alert all the guards and you'll fail. But we can actually just walk through them now, because guess what? Patrick walking through them is actually what causes the game to do this, not Squidward. And so that means we can just skip every single puzzle in this level with no problem whatsoever. This is really good in all the categories that require Tentacle Acres, because doing these puzzles makes Tentacle Acres a decently sized level. And better yet, unlike a few tricks, you can still do this in the latest patch. In fact, actually, I'm fairly certain if you do this and then go to the next section, there's actually some dialogue from Patrick referencing this. We call Squidward a bastard, and it's funny. But anyways, at this section, I'll show the golden spatula now. What you want to do is at the last bit, instead of going to the door, you're going to want to hang right. Be careful, though, because of that guy. I'm actually not sure if they can follow you in here or not. But, yeah. Okay, yeah, once you're in here, it's just in the corner, right here. Yippee! And yeah, that's everything in Tentacle Acres, including a skip. Oh yeah, also this is unrelated to like anything, but I just kind of wanted to bring this up. If you've watched Out of Bounds Secrets, which I will talk about at the end of the video, you may remember me finding this area out of bounds with this singular anchor in the distance. And when I got near it, played some really gravelly noises, and when I looked under the map, there was this, a giant version of the Barry plushie from 3451 Ankle Way, but with glowing red eyes, glowing red nose, glowing red mouth, and a body, and an entirely black body. Barry, I'm not sure if you knew this, but this is kind of considered to be offensive nowadays. Uh, But yeah, you may remember this, and I actually just kind of brought this up because I wanted to give a very special thanks to the user Dario Gonzalez 5536, who in the comments section actually did bring up what this was for. apparently, this was originally supposed to be how you got the Goofy Goober token instead of playing hide and seek like I showed earlier. So I guess what you would have done is you were supposed to tell Patrick to go this way, probably go through a bit, and then when you got to the anchor, the evil berry probably rose up, and then he'd give Patrick the Goofy Goober token, and yeah. Because this is a path that exists at this point, where, you go through the boat. It's just past these blocked off boats and behind all the scenery. So, yeah, like I said, special thanks to, Dario Gonzalez 5536 for telling me this is what this was for 3 weeks ago, apparently. You guys are still commenting on those videos this long? Alright. It's fine. Like I, yeah, and yeah, like I said, I'll bring up stuff about Out of Bounds Secrets at the end of the video, because I do have something I want to say about it. But, yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to bring that up. Now for the bargain mart. And you can't hear it, but I actually got the voice line for the first time, because for some reason, every other time I've recorded this segment, that little voice line from the cashier's never played. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Golden Spatula is left from spawn in the girl's toilet. Just in between the stalls and the wall. Sorry, I went quick there. It's just the cop was getting too close. I can't let them find the 4 liters of crack cocaine I have on me. That's bad. But anyways, the Goofy Goober token is actually right of spawn. What a coincidence. Yeah, so right next to the entrance, you'll find Barry, and he just said he wants a Boxy. And so, yeah, you need to get him his Boxy and able to get the Gooby Gooba token. Now, Boxy is just on this stack of boxes. Just bump into me. There we go. Yeah, it's right there. So once you got the Boxy, you just bring it over to Barry, and, yeah, he's thankful. We get the Goofy Goober token, and he poofs away, and we do a big win-win all over the floor. Don't worry, we don't have to worry about it. Someone else will clean it up. Now for Mrs. Puff's boating school. Both collectibles are in this area. The Goofy Goober token you can get first, though, by just going forwards. You'll find this little hill, interact with it, and then you get a Barry skin suit. And then if you talk, you talk to Barry, and, well, like I said in Tentacle Acres, this is another challenge level, and this is our first of 2 races. And the other one's going to be literally in the next level. I don't know why they put these so close together, but whatever. I will show this one just so you can get a feel of what it's like. So, expect this to be long. But, yeah, as the name suggests, it's literally just a race. You gotta race Barry to the finish line. And he's a dick, so he also decides to give himself a head start. So, yeah, you just run. And, yeah, you want to get ahead of Barry and able to beat him as... Ow. Be careful, though, because, yeah, if you bump into Barry, you get slowed down a bit. Looks like it stops if you bump into him once, though. That's always nice. Yeah, here we go. The finish line's right there. Avoid the obstacles. This one's only 1 lap. I believe Goofy Goobers has you do a few. And then, yeah, once you get to the finish line, if you beat Barry, he explodes and dies again, and you can get the token from his corpse. Just make sure you wash the berry blood off of it. And then afterwards, yeah. That's it. For Golden Spatula, we'll try and get there without dying, but, yeah, it's just to the right of where you spawned. I died. Okay, don't worry, it's fine. I have the powers of camera shit, so I'm gonna show this off. Uh, okay, so now if I hadn't died like I did, what you would do is from right here, you just go forwards, avoid the spotlight, and then yeah, right behind these bleachers is the golden spatula. So and then you'd grab it, but I'm a disembodied camera because SpongeBob was just like electrocuted to death. So I can't grab it. I can ram myself into it though, so that's nice. Look, POV. You are a collectible. We Now for the Goofy Goober, which as we all know still needs a good cleaning. I'll just disable the lighting for this. Even with the gamma cranked, it is still really dark, and not even like the cool, edgy Shadow the Hedgehog dark. I mean the I can't see anything, and I just bashed my toe into the weighted printer dark. I don't know why my brain went to weighted printer. Anyways, from what I'm showing, yeah, after you spawn, if you just go left next to the stage is Barry. And, like I said, this is another race. You just race Barry. I think for this one you have to do 3 laps instead of the one for Mrs. Puff's boating school. So, yeah. It's the exact same. Beat Barry in the race. Afterwards, he'll give you the token. And then, yeah. As for the golden spatula, to get that, first you go talk to the night janitors in their broom closet. Uh, and just skip the dialogue. Okay, and then once you get into it, I will destroy all the pawns, so we just don't have to deal with them. So we don't have to deal with green guy, uh, zappy dudes, and Mr. Peanut's meth-addicted cousin. But yeah, anyways, direct route, you just go forwards through these curtains, get into this freezer room. From the freezer room, you go forward through these curtains, you end up in the cookie maze. You go through the cookie maze to get here, go forwards, avoid the belcher, and then right here at this point, around here where the wall is, you just go forwards, duck through around the corner, and boom, golden spatula is right there. For the Marmalaire, the golden spatula is in this little computer room, just off to the left in the hallway, in between the two belchers. Um, it's pretty simple. Right by just go over to the weapon wall, and it's right to the right of it, behind the rock. Fairly simple. As for the Goofy Goober token, what you need to do is go up until you shut down the second generator. And then after you do, you just want to follow this orange line. Just follow it. All the way to this doorway. And then from the doorway, go over to the stalactite, and you'll find this little totem of berry. So you interact with the totem, you pick it up, and then what you want to do is bring the totem all the way back to the beginning location, which I'll just teleport to with my editing magic. And there we go. So once you get back here, instead of going into the villain containment chamber, you're going to want to go over to this pillow, which has an outline of the berry totem. Put it down, opens up this wall, and then you go into it, and you'll find this balcony. And from there, you can look into the void, and instead of screaming into it and being greeted with light, easy jazz, the Goofy Goober token just spawns behind you. Alright, moving on to Industrial Park. Technically, you can get the Golden Spatula here first, but it's better to do that second for a reason I'll show soon. So, for the Goofy Goober token, you just kind of got to get to the end of the level. If, guess the Plankton clone somewhere. I have no idea where he is right now. Okay. Oh, look, here we go. Now, here's another trick I'm going to show off, which you can do this in any level, but it is pretty useful here. The crouch jump. So what you can do is, yeah, you can crouch in the air and it helps you get a bit more height. Kind of like in TF2, if you do it properly, that is. And it's useful here because instead of going left and doing the little platforming segment, you can just hug these trash cans and do a crouch jump right over them. So you don't have to go around. And this is also good in this level because for the Goofy Goober token, you actually need to go over here and interact with this lever, which I'll do now. And then this turns on the light at that lever and activates the countdown. Then from there, what you want to do is you gotta book it back to the beginning in the allow time. Well, dodging the anglers and stuff. I was gonna delete them, but I think it's better if I actually show this. Yep, there we go. I think you have like a minute and 15 seconds to do this, so you need a bit of luck and not close the door on yourself like me. Sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. Yeah, once you get to the lever, you just activate it. It murders Barry again. And now you can get the token. But before we do that, I will show the golden spatula now. Yeah, sorry about this. This level's a bit confusing. Anyways, the golden spatula, it's literally just in between these crates. Right there. Yep, that's it. And then to get the Goofy Goober token, you just go back to where Barry landed, which I'll destroy the pawns for now, because playing games properly is for lamos and speedrunners. But yeah, if you go here, it's this little in-between section, and yep, you can get the Goofy Goober token. And then, yeah, just be careful, because careful, just be careful because of the anglers in the alleyway, which is a very good name, and someone should use that as the name of a quest of some sort. But, yeah, that's it. And then you're good. Since, like I mentioned at the beginning, the Krusty Krab has different objectives, we'll be doing Larry's Gime next. At least I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce that. The hell kind of word is this? Anyways, as for in the Gime, Goof Goober token's what you grab first. It's really simple. When you spawn, you just go left, you go to this open filing cabinet, and there's Barry. And like he says, yes, this is the another hide and seek challenge, and luckily is the last one in the game of just all the challenges. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm not going to show it though, since I already showed the Tentacle Acres one. You get the gist. It's the exact same. You find Barry somewhere in the Gime, and then you hide from Barry somewhere in the Gime, which is it's good. And yeah, if you survive Barry looking for you, you get the token afterwards. And yeah. Now, as for the golden spatula, which we watch after we see Jellian Larry and his stupid Jellian eyes, because they really don't work for long eyeballs. They really don't. In my opinion, at least. It is relatively simple. You just gotta get into the vent system. So, knock on Larry's door, walk past him, pry the vent open, and then do an Among Us reference and get into the vents. And then once you're in them, you literally just go forwards. That is it. You just go forwards through these. You'll find this part of the vent with the golden spatula icon on it. You drop down, and it's in the first room here. And then you get it, and then you do a win. And then to get out of here, all you gotta do is go to this wall, flick on the fire alarm, hide in this room, I find is pretty good. To hide from the angler. You wait for him to pass, and then you just run past him, and then you can get back into the game. Alright, now for Jellyfish Fields. The first one you can get is the Goofy Goober token, which you can maybe able to see all the way over there. For this, you just gotta play through the level as normal, go up here, around this corner, dodge the pinky, go up here, run away. Yeah, okay, I thought I was gonna die there. Yeah, dodge Prince Jellion's little kazap, go up here, and then instead of going right onto the bridge, you're gonna want to go left to this little stone bricks, and jump up them. Well, not doing that. Come on, game, you're making me look bad in front of the audience. Normally I'm supposed to make you look bad in front of the audience, not the other way around. Anyways, yeah, after the platforming sequence, you can end up on this little bridge, and then from it, you just, drop down, right here, and then just kind of jump across this stuff. And then, jump across these lily pads. Be careful, though, because they do sink into the water. You jump on Barry, kill Barry, as you do. And then after the last lily pad, you get the Goofy Goober token, and you get teleported back to where you're supposed to be. Also, a random thing I found, apparently the pinkies don't zap you again if you've been zapped by them already. Yeah, I think except for in Goo Lagoon, because, the generator stuff. But anyways, yeah, I'm just using the camera to show the last thing, because the golden spatula isn't until the very, very end of the level. When you have to dump the mayo into the shower piping system, as a sane person tends to do. But if you don't do that, yeah, this one isn't really that hard to miss. The golden spatula is just standing right on the shower drain, so we'll teleport the disembodied pink arm in the form of Patrick holding a jar of mayonnaise, and then yeah, you just then gotta dodge the metric fuck ton of everything and not die like I did, because dying's bad for your health, as everyone knows. Alright, now for Goo Lagoon. The golden spatula is the first thing you can grab, and it's in the sandcastle bit, but it isn't until the very end, when normally you're meant to go left to go get your screwdriver. You're gonna want to go right, and you'll see this little sand dune. Now what you do is dig the sand dune up, and now you need to bring this guy back to where, around near that hallway with the 3 boxing menaces. And you just kind of gotta drag him all the way. Also, grab a pebble, while you're doing this, as it will come in handy later. It's like Mickey Mouse said, it's a surprise tool that we'll use later. Oh yeah, also don't worry about, like, getting too far away from this guy. The pinkies in this level will never lose aggro unless they zap you, and even then they get aggro back pretty quick. This guy is special, though, in that he'll disappear as soon as he zaps you, so you want to make sure you don't get zapped throughout this entire part until you get to the generator. Going on a little adventure. Okay, yeah, here. Around here, you'll see this generator. It was right before you got into that hallway, so you just stand near it, let the pinky zap you, browse up the generator, he explodes, and then you get into this area. So this is a little small area. Now you need to do a second little mini puzzle. Go to the very end of this. You'll find this dirt mound in this room with ladders. Now this dirt mound has a button and a Prowler in it. So now what you want to do is head all the way back, not all the way back, go into this room, then make a right, then go forwards, then go left, and boom, golden spatula is right here. And then boom, that's the golden spatula. And to get out, this is where the pebble goat um, comes in handy because you can hit the prowler with it to stun him for a bit. And then that lets you get a good amount of distance from him. See? Yeah, it's just to help him lose aggro quicker. Because if not, he will follow you through a good chunk of this. And then, yeah, the only downside of this is, yeah, you gotta go back through all of this to then get the screwdriver. Unfortunate. I'm gonna stop here now. And the Goofy Goober token isn't until the Salty Spittoon, so I'll just use my editing magic to teleport us into the Salty Spittoon. Don't you love editing magic? Isn't it great? Okay, so for the Goofy Goober token, if we look over there on the stage, we're gonna see Barry with his chronic depression, and we're gonna heal that for him, as a good person does. So, how you do that is you just go right up here. Don't worry about the people in the chairs. They can't kill you. We just keep going, and boom, sombrero. And once you get the sombrero, you're gonna want to actually do this after you get your disguise and go to taint the soup. But I'll just show this now. Yeah, you can just go on stage and give him the sombrero. Drop off the stage to get the token, and Barry's gonna be doing his little doots again, which is very nice, you know. And yeah, now on to the final level in the game, Sandy's Tree Dome. By far everyone's least favorite level in the game, and also the last one you have to do before the final level. So well done to whoever decided to put it here. You're great. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So it should be noted, you can't get either collectible until you've put the hairdryer on the flamethrower blueprints, so just note that. And they are both relatively easy to get. Um, the golden spatula is just in Sandy's room. It spawns right next to her uh, after you've put the hairdryer down, like I said. I really want to run here, but I don't want to die. Alright, and as for the Goofy Goober token, it is also pretty simple. It's just behind Sandy's tree in this snow pile. You just click on it a few times, poke Barry in the eye, and he gives you our last token. And so that does it for this. I'm just going to hide out in my Patrick skin suit to hope that guy doesn't find me. And yeah, now we move on to the extras. Okay, so going over some basics for the Easter eggs. According to the math I did literally before recording this, there are 56 Easter eggs you need to grab throughout every level in the game. And I do mean every, because unlike the Goofy Goober tokens and the Golden Spatulas, every single one of these levels has at least one Easter egg that you have to interact with. Now, to be a bit more specific, two of those are in the tutorial, two of them are in Glove World, then there are four in Patrick's Rock, three in SpongeBob's Pineapple, four in 3451 Ankle Way, three in Squidward's Monument, Tentacle Acres, and the Bargain Mart, two in Mrs. Puff's Boating School, three in Goofy Goobers and the Mermalair, four in Industrial Park, five in the Krusty Krab, two in Larry's Gym, three in Jellyfish Fields, five in Goo Lagoon, two in Sandy's Tree Dome, three in the final level, and three in the final level 9 a.m., with two being in the rock bottom section and one being in the art gallery section. Also important to note, because of course they're special, the tutorials need you to get all the golden spatulas and all of the Goofy Goober tokens in the other levels. And the Krusty Krab has a unique one for each mode except for 3 a.m. at the Krusty Krab, which is the one for the Good Noodle Star. So while you do need to enter them, you don't need to beat them. And important to note there, you don't need to beat them, because unlike Goofy Goober tokens or golden spatulas, once you've gotten an Easter egg, it is done. Even if you reset the level, you'll be fine. They aren't like the golden spatulas and the Goofy Goober tokens where they'll only count once you beat the level, meaning you'll have to redo them if you die or restart the level or leave. So, that is very good. Like I mentioned in the beginning segment, Glovewald has two, and like the Golden Spatula, they're both in the beginning chase sequence. Although a lot earlier, thank Christ. So, for the first one, what you gotta do is at here, when you see the pinkies and carts roll by, go right, instead of following left glovey. Go to the bathrooms, and you'll just unlock it as soon as you get near. And then the second one is even more simple. You just go back to where you were going, make a left here by the dumpster, and on the side of it, there'll be a little sketch. And then you interact with it, and you steal it for your private collection at home, and boom. That's both extras. I will note, though, that while I have seen people do this, it is kind of hard to, like, get through the rest of this area without losing Left Glovey, because he moves quick. And if RNG is not on your side, like, like right here, you're probably gonna lose him by the time you get to where you're supposed to go and grab the golden spatula, which you need to do. So, yeah, I personally just recommend restarting once you get the sketch. For the four in Patrick's Rock, two of them are in this beginning section in Patrick's actual rock. One is in the imagination box when you get pulled into it, and one is in the kelp dunes, where you get the action figures. For the two here, they're pretty simple. First one is behind Patrick's TV. It's another sketch like the one in Glove World. Just pick it up. Yep. The second one is in his kitchen, but it is better to get it after you've collected the toys. So I'll do that. And yeah, in the kitchen, you just interact with this fridge, and then you get the extra afterwards. And the imagination box isn't that far behind, so you just get Rocky, and then, yeah, we'll show up here. Interact with it. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my throat's been acting like this for this entire video. I think it's allergies or something. I don't know. I do tend to get like this during the summer. Alright, here we go. So, the one in the imagination box is literally right behind you. It's Father Grigori. Everyone loves Father Grigori. Um, yeah, you can get this one by just walking backwards. As long as you hear him say Santiago, you're fine. And then, yeah. And like I mentioned, the last one is in the Kelp Dune, so I'll editing magic myself all the way over there right now. Okay, here we go. We're at the sand dunes. Don't mind the shadow spawns. I had a bit of an aneurysm earlier and need to figure some stuff out. I will turn off the lighting for this. So, the last secret in this level is in this part, the kelp dunes. So what you want to do is just follow the arrows. Go down the different path here. Remember to just watch out for these guys, as you do. This level always gives me such bad anxiety. I really don't like these guys. Okay, here we go. I believe I have it now. Just dealing with all these guys. Yeah, here we go. So, when you get here, you just go through here and you interact with this box. And, yeah, you unlock it after he says some things. I think they actually changed a few things about this, because I'm fairly certain you could just walk through this wall over here to get to it. But it apparently has collision now? Also, as I found out, this is where a lot of these guys spawn. Right by the secret box. Like it just happened. So, Yeah, I guess this is a new patch thing. I don't think I mentioned this, but yeah, this is the new patch. Um, or the newest patch, I guess, because I think this is still a few years old. But yeah, I guess that's that. Now for this three in SpongeBob's Pineapple. One of them you can get right away. It's really simple. You just interact with SpongeBob's TV. I don't think I need to explain that. The other two, you gotta get the food bag, which of course I'm not doing. I'll just teleport Sponge in here. The first one is upstairs in his bedroom. It's really simple. Around where the food is, you'll find this broken pencil on the ground. You just interact with it and you get one. And then the second one, or I guess the third one, is in his bathroom. And then you just interact with the soap bar here. This is a very simplistic level. I hope you know that. Alright, back to 3451 Ankle Way. The four you can grab, I'll just show in the order you should. So the first one is in Pearl's room, so you'll want to grab this when you have to go check on her. And not rub against the wall like I just did. Very important. Um, yeah, it is right next to her dresser here. It's the ball of ketamine on the ground. I did not know Krabs' daughter did hardcore drugs like this, but I guess she does. Anyways, then you get the Munty. And last three I'll just show without grabbing the Munty, because, well, Easter eggs. I'm not showing you how to complete the objectives. That's for you to figure out. Uh, anyways, the first one is up here on the roof. It's next to this barrel that sometimes has money on it. It's this black and white figure of Krabs. It will do a little song, and after a little bit, yeah, you get a little jump scare. Fun fact, you can't hear this, but that was actually mute because I turned the music off. So I guess that means it's part of the music track. The third one is back in the spawn area, which you could grab here, but it's just easier when you're getting the money. It is this dollar on the wall that has a crude drawing on it. Yep, it does that. Pretty simple. And the last one is in the captain's quarters, aka Krabs' room. So you just go up the stairs, go through this door, and it's the rock next to Krabs' bed. And then boom. That is everything. Naturally, you'll be avoiding Jelly and Pearl and the Pinky and whoever else. But, yeah, it's very simple. Again, rounding out the house levels with my favorite. The first one you can get is just in Squidward's kitchen, where the token spawns when you use the TV. It's this pie on the counter. Very simple. Second one is in the elevator room. You just go to the second floor, and it's this trophy in the trophy case. There you go. Third one is in the closet in Squidward's bedroom. So you just go in here, go to the closet, and boom, it's the shotgun in the box. I always love that they got this Easter egg. Squidward seems to love it too. I think he loves it a little too much. He's kind of like gyrating and thrusting the box. I think he's really happy to see this gun. Also, for a little side thing, I'm gonna show off the spawn locations for the two paintings and the clarinet. Now there are three spawns for each. The Bolden Brash is first spawn location can be up here in the art studio where it did spawn, right behind this pillar. Second spawn it can be is in Squidward's bathroom. It it spawns right here next to the towel rack. And then the third spawn point it can be is in this little broom closet to the left of the door to Squidward's bedroom. It spawned right there. The best one you'd probably want to get is, I'd say this, since it's relatively close to where yeah, to where the elevator is. So you could just do this. And, yeah. I always forget about this, but yeah, if you destroy the pawns, If you use the destroy pawns command, you actually get rid of the boat as well. Weird. For the Squilliam painting, the first spot it can spawn is up here in the staircase. So it's good to take the staircase for your route instead of using the elevator. But, it didn't spawn here. Second place it can spawn, which it did, is on the wall in Squidward's bedroom. So, yeah. And then the last place it can spawn is in the weird L-shaped hallway. I think on that wall, near the door to the bathroom. But yeah. And then, as you probably know, the Squilliam painting slows down Squidward, so be careful of where Big Lenny and his big-ass hitbox are. Too bad I executed him. Didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna destroy the pawns again because the checkpoint respawns Big Lenny. And then for the clarinet, its 3 spawn points are also in the art studio, like Bold and Brash, which it did, right on that end table. Second place it can spawn is also in the bathroom, but on Squidward's toilet. And then, surprisingly, the last place is also a broom closet. Except it is not this one. It is instead this closet, the same one with the shotgun Easter egg that I showed off. It will just spawn on the shelf. And then yeah, again, best one you want to get is probably the art studio or that closet because then you can get the shotgun Easter egg and you won't have to go out of your way for it. But I got up here, so yeah. And then the wax sculpture always spawns in the art studio, no matter what, so you're always good there. And yeah, that's the spawn locations. So let's go back to the extras. Alright, so for the 3 and Tentacle Acres, one of these is another pain to get, one of these is mostly hard on the new patch, and one of them's pretty easy. So, nice. So for the one that's just generally a pain in the ass, what you need to do is get pebbles and you throw them at the little angel squid statues and break them. And yes, you have to do this for all of the statues in this main area. Now, luckily this is a little easier if you do the Tentacle Acres skip, because you don't have to worry about the puzzles and crap like that. But I do want to note, be careful about throwing these, because you can accidentally snipe the guards, and that will cause them to go into their attack mode and kill you. And this is a no death level, so you don't want that. But yeah, you just gotta do this for literally every statue. That's the last one I'm gonna do. I'm not doing all of them, so yeah, we'll just move on. Number 2 is in one of the side rooms here. It's actually the only side room you have to go to if you do the Tentacle Acres skip in this category. I think yeah, it's this one. It's like after the one with the truck. So, here's what it is. This was this one's easier on the new patch because originally what you could do was just do the crouch jump I showed off in Industrial Park. That's not what I wanted to do. And able to get up on top of these little bushes. And then you would just, walk your way to the rest of and then you just walk your way over the maze. But unfortunately, in a patch, they made the bushes bigger, so you couldn't do that anymore. Because I guess Dave Microwave Games is the fun police. But yeah, this is kind of what it looked like. So now you gotta actually go through the maze. I'd recommend just down patching. I'm sure speedrun.com has something for that. Because, yeah, you gotta deal with the anglers, nestlers. Um, if you're curious, this is what the Easter egg is. It's this reef blower here. Yep. Although, a fun thing I found, which I hope I don't die while showing this, I found this in another take, but you can actually crouch jump on top of yeah, you can actually crouch jump on top of the reef blower and then crouch jump on top of the maze from there. So that's pretty nice. That means you don't have to do the other crouch jump stuff. That's very good. I'm fairly certain you can't crouch jump from here. Yeah, no, the wall's too extended. As for the last Easter egg, it's near the end, and it's actually back in the golden spatula room with sleeping guards. From where you go in, if you just go to the right here, you'll find the canned coochie, and then you interact with it, and then boom, you you get it. So for the bargain mart, there are three extras you gotta grab. The first one is over in this little aisle section. Yep, luckily we got the zoomies. Uh, yeah, here we go. It's this little like bargain bin thing. You interact with it, and boom, you're good. The second one is in the this little section at the end. It's also pretty simple. Just keep walking. You've got to find Chef Prowler over here, and you just interact with the stuff he's selling. And yeah. And finally, the last one you can get is in aisle 14. That's right, aisle 14. There it is. If you go over to this shopping cart, you'll see this little bit of canned bread that just says square. You interact with it, and then boom, you got the last extra in this level. Also keep that extra in mind if you're playing the run square percent, because that is the one you gotta grab for square percent. So yeah, that's Bargain Mart. One last thing for Bargain Mart I decided to show off is this little thing you can do for acing it. Once you've gotten all of the mayo and you need to create a diversion, even though I lost the time trial, it's actually quicker to, instead of getting the 5 money to pay, to just get a Krabby Patty, which unfortunately mine ran out because of the berry thing. Don't worry, that will be explained later when we get to the tutorial. But yeah, get a Krabby Patty, and then just make a break for the entrance. And once you get to the entrance, spammy, spammy. And then yeah, that's it. You just spam E, and if you do it right, yeah, you'll just be able to exit through the door before the cop kills crabs. And then yeah, it's good for getting the time trial too, because naturally getting the 5 monies wastes a bit of time. So yeah. Okay, let's just move on to Mrs. Puff's boating school. Now for Mrs. Puff's boating school. The first of the only two extras in this level is over by the finish line. Just gotta wait for the yeah, that. I disabled the anglers, by the way. Naturally, they'll play into this. But yeah, over by the finish line, by this rock. Yep. Yeah, you'll find this cowboy hat. You just interact with it. And then, yeah, you get the extra. And then the other one is in the actual school itself, so editing magic time. Yay! With the editing magic done, yeah, the second one is just in this trash can once you get into the school itself. Very simple, it's like. Although, fun fact, I tore my hair out originally trying to find that when no one knew where all the extras were. Because I just never thought to look in the trash can for some reason. With that side tangent done, back to Mr. Peanut's meth house. There are 4 extras you can get in this level. The first one is in the main area, back over where Barry was, that I showed in the Goofy Goober section. I already beat the race before recording this. That is important, though. You need to beat Barry's race and able to access this, because afterwards the extra is to interact with the organ. I mean, it does some doots. And then that's that one. Second one's over by the bar. Instead of, I'll shade of complexity. Instead of going to talk to these guys, you just interact with the heart. You all know this. And then you see Sans. Good old Sans. And this one takes a bit because you gotta wait for Sans and Patrick to do their little talks before you can start moving again. I'll just editing magic my self to the end. Alright, I editing magic. As you can see, you get the extra after Sans' conversation. Also remember this for if you want to run Sans percent, because no shit, it's needed for that. And yeah, the last two you can't get until you talk to these guys and they do their little conversation. And yeah. Anyways, for the last two, the first one is just on the stage, in like the stage room, which I'll show off. Here you go. It's in here. The extra is this radio next to the dead guy. You just interact with it and it plays a song. So yep. And then for the last extra in this level, you go into this room with the yeah, the Volter and stuff. And right by the Volter, it's behind this booth. It's a little sketch again. Interact with it, and that's the last extra. And that's the Goofy Goobers. Back on over to the Murmur there are three extras you can get in this level. The first two are all the way back in that room with the golden spatula that I showed off in its section. Which, again, just like there, since Krabs is apparently just the slowest motherfucker alive, I will just be using the camera to get there. We got there. Two of them are in this room. The first one's actually pretty close to where the golden spatula is. By the weapon roll, if you look over to like this garage door, you'll notice that you can hear like a car running. And if you walk over here, you'll notice that like there's some sort of invisible like hitbox here. If you interact with the invisible hitbox, it makes a car honk noise, and then yeah, there you go. As for the second one in this room, it's over on the right side of this computer. Right over here by this little kelp patch, there's a button. You interact with the button. And then when you go to leave the room, you'll notice that this wall has opened up to like a bunker. Or like a Minecraft dirt block. And in the Minecraft dirt block, you'll find this weird looking dog guy. And you just interact with him, and he screams in terror, and then he explodes, and you get the second Easter egg. He's a very interesting dog. Someone should make a game about it. Alright, as for the third one, you can't get it until you've activated the first generator, which I'm just magicking myself over there. I hope this audio's coming out well. I checked over it, and it sounded alright, but, if you're curious why, I'm actually recording all of this stuff after I had gotten sick. So, I don't know, if I sound a bit odd during these, it's probably that. I'm sorry, not really, though. But yeah, here we go. Right here. Yeah. Right here, after you, loudly deactivate the first generator, you just turn right to where the force field is, and by these trash cans, you'll find an orb. And you just interact with the orb, and your vision gets all blurry, and yeah, you get T-posing Squidward, and then that activates the last Easter egg. Hooray. Okay, Industrial Park has four you gotta grab. First two are in this section, with, like, with the alleyways and the anglers. For the first one, you just go left here at this little alcove, and you look through this hole in the wall, and you interact with the billboard saying "Come World." Excellent. Yeah, that's the first one, and the second one is back over with the where you crouch jump, right over here. Mm, yeah, right over here, right by where you crouch jump, there's this bike. You just interact with it, and then yeah. Oh, well, look at that! I got the crouch jump on the first go. Ain't that just amazing? Okay, yeah. So the third one, which I'll just show now, it's a short walk, is in this part where you gotta hop across the buildings, you know. So what you gotta do is go across the first couple. I believe it's just, I'm just gonna use the camera. I don't want to die here. Yeah, here you go. So just after the first mayo thing, don't use it. That's very important. You don't want to use the first mayo shower thing. You want to skip it. Go all the way over here where yeah, there we go. Yeah, go all the way over here where this chum billboard is, and you'll find this little kick me sign. And so you just want to interact with the kick me sign, and you're all good. Again, very important. You want to do this before you activate the first mayo shower thing, because after plankton takes damage from it, the billboard falls over, so you can do the next parts, and that will block off the kick me sign, so you won't be able to get it. So very important. Remember that. The last extra cannot be grabbed until the plankton boss fight. It's pretty simple. You see that little you just gotta look at this little flying jellyfish and you shoot it down. There you go. And then it screams con and you win. Or you don't win, you get the enemy you have to kill. Or the extra. You know what I mean. I don't have to explain everything to you guys. Now, the Krusty Krabs is a unique case with its extras. There are 5 which you need to get, but 4 of them are divided between the 4 of the modes. There's 1 in Rookie of the Day, 1 in Graveyard Shift, 1 in Employee of the Month, and 1 in Where's My Pink Slip. And the 5th one, from what I've seen, you can get in any of the modes. So, yeah. You do have to go into some of the modes, I guess. But you don't have to beat them, since you just leave after you get the extra. Anyways, the Rookie of the Day one, which I'll show as soon as the cutscene finishes. There we go. Alright, so the Rookie of the Day one is just on the Mr. Krabs' desk. It's this small violin. You interact with it and you get the unlock after it plays a woeful tale. I just want to see the hatchling slash to kill me. Is he gonna? Oh, yeah, there we go. Actually, no, it takes too long. Alright. The second one, which is the graveyard shift one, again, you gotta go through all of this. God, I really wish these were just in any of them. This is so stupid. They really should have just made them be in every mode. So you could just get these in Where's My Pink Slip, but yeah, whatever, I didn't program this game. But yeah, here we go. The graveyard shift one is just the window to the back door. You open it and you see the devs ready to cave in your kneecaps for the money you owe them. I'm just kind of also checking for something else. Again, haven't played the game in a while, so I'm not. I'm honestly don't think this one of them's for any of them. This recording's a mess, but I can't really re-record it because, you can't re-get extras. So, yeah. How are you enjoying the video? Not that I can hear you because you're watching pre-recorded footage. It's very hot. I have two fans up here, but I turned them off so that it doesn't mess with the recording. So I'm just... I really hope you enjoy this. Alright, so Employees of the Month, it's pretty simple. It's right next to this little cabinet. It's this red SpongeBob. Boom. Did it spawn this time? Okay. Okay, so then I guess this last one only spawns in Where's My Pink Slip. This is why I make these kinds of videos. It's just stuff you would not know unless someone literally fumbled around for a while trying to find it. I do it for you people. Alright. So yeah, last two you can only get in, Where's My Pink Slip, I guess. So, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so one of them, yeah, it's just this pile of Krabby Patties by this, table. It's pretty easy. And now, for the last one, I'll try to, like, you know, show this off and explain it, but it takes a bit. Essentially, you gotta interact with the cash register, but you can only do so at 3:40 a.m., which is when the Flying Dutchman spawns. But yeah, you just gotta interact with the cash register and then start, like, coming money. So, yeah. Um, I did not expect that to do anything. Huh. I did not know you could use the destroy pawns command to just delete a jump scare. That's something. I'm leaving all of this in. Yeah, I'm leaving this entire weight in here. I'm not getting rid of it. Yeah, if I had to wait through this, you guys have to wait through this. Plus, I kind of want you to see me saving myself from death with the destroy pawns command. That was cool. you enjoyed me drinking some water there. Good tip, always keep water near you when you're recording. Because, fuck, my throat gets dry as shit after recording for a bit. I guess I'll mention a little speedrun trick for this level. I will mention though this doesn't work on the new patch, which I am playing on. Uh in the older patches, if you died to the Flying Dutchman, the time would actually still progress in this level. So what you would do, speedrunners would do, is get the Easter egg here if they needed to, or if not, just find the Flying Dutchman. Die to him, and then just wait on his game over screen for the level to end. Because for some reason that worked. I'm just destroying the pawns again because I don't remember when the Prowlers spawn. I guess I could go over all of the different differences in like modes of who appears. So like Rookie of the Day just has the Hashling Slasher who can go to any of the entrances indicated with like an audio thing. I believe they are the back door here. I don't remember its audio. The trap door, which is a just how he got in, which is like a little thumping sound. Then there's like the sound of like someone tapping on glass, which means he's at the bathroom window. And then the last one is someone scraping metal against glass, which is the front window. And then in 3 a.m. in the Krusty Krab and onwards, you get the green slime, which just slows Squidward down moving through here. I'm pretty sure it's either that or it kind of obscures his vision. Graveyard Shift throws in the pinky I deleted. You know, he zaps you, stuns you for a bit, so that means can't deal with. You might die to the Hashling Slasher. Oh, there it is. Okay, not sure what the Flying Dutchman is, although I could have accidentally killed him. I don't know. I already got this far, so I'll just mention the rest. Where's my... Not where's my pink slip. Employee of the Month adds in the Prowlers, which they work the same, move around, they're kind of invisible, they kill you if you walk into them, so it's another thing to avoid. And then the last thing you get in this mode is 1, the place is dark, so you gotta use the lantern, and 5, the Flying Dutchman gets added, who will also kill you if he touches you, but then he also has the added thing of you can't really see him with the lantern on. So, yeah. And since I got the extra I needed, we're gonna stop here. This is 10 minutes long, Jesus Christ. Back over to Larry's Gime. It's got 2 extras. The first one's in Larry's office. So you just knock on the door, wait for him to head out, and you just interact with this little trophy of him, or statue, or whatever it is. And then, yeah. The second one is even more simple. So you want to get this when you need to go use, yeah, the green weights. But what you do is you just go down the vent a bit. Right here, you turn right. Kind of follow the signs. Wee. And yeah, right here where you drop down into the locker room. I think, am I in the right one? No, yeah, I am in the right one. So you just go, like, left from here, and it's this pair of pants. Just interact with them, they rip, and then boom. Now for the 3 in Jellyfish Fields. This is very important to note. For one of these, you have to take the bottom path during the initial chase. I just teleported there, because of course I did. but you have to take the bottom path to get this. Now, technically, you're supposed to take both paths for both extras, but the upper paths is unique of you can still get it even if you don't take the path. But the lower one you cannot. So you must take the lower path, which I'll just play through as normal. I deleted all the enemies, by the way. Not you probably knew that, but yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I won't be playing through this as normal because I actually did teleport through there in my thing. My okay. I think I'm on the and I'm on the wrong side. It's very weird to see this area without any of the enemies. Because normally there's like 20 billion of them. But yeah, anyways. There we go. So yeah, after you get through the lower path, it's right to the right here. It's just this weird shaped rock. You interact with it. It's a snail, and yeah. And now, as what I was talking about, this is why you have to take the bottom path, because, as you can see, yeah, you jump up here, but there isn't a way to get back afterwards. So if you don't take the bottom path, you can't get that one because you can't get over there. As for the second one, which is the top half one, I guess, it's right over here to the right. It's just, behind this rock right here. It's another Patrick sketch. The last one in the game, by the way. So that's pretty cool. And then yeah, as for the last one, you can't get it until you're in the boss fight after you put the mayo in the tank, which I'll just do normally. It's pretty short. Yeah, here you go. So in the boss fight, well, she's or whatever it is doing that. It's right over here by this log towards the like the top right. It's this comic. You interact with it, and you try not to get a, beaten to death or whatever. And yeah, that's all the extras in Jellyfish Fields. Now we're in the home stretch. Fucking finally. For Goo Lagoon, it has 5 divided up into the 3 segments. The first 2 are in the sandcastle, and the first one is right in this room with the button you gotta hit with the rock, after the second generator. Instead of hitting it with that, you just throw it at the sandcastle, and then boom, yeah. As for the second one, which I'll just camera myself over here. Hmm, here we go. Yep, it's in these side rooms by that hallway with the red menaces in it. It's fairly simple in this yeah, in this little room right by yeah, where you throw the pebble at this guy and able to move him. If you just go through the kelp, you'll find this little sand robot head. You interact with it, and boom, that's the second extra, and all the ones in the sandcastle. The third extra in this level is in Weenie Hut Juniors, but I also got a trick to show. What you gotta do is, if you get the manager's attention, which can be a bit hard, just kind of depends on like where you are and stuff. Yeah, there we go. Get caught by him. Make a break for the tables and jump up on them. And then you just kind of got to maneuver him to over here, all the way over in these little corners. And yeah, he's stuck. He's not gonna chase you anymore. He's just completely stuck, meaning you can get the mayonnaise without needing to worry about him. As for the extra, it's literally just this hot dog right on the counter. It's actually pretty close to where he gets soft locked. Yeah, that's everything in here. And the last two of the extras for the Goo Lagoon are in the Salty Spittoon and are both pretty close to each other. So, just right by the Alpha, who does not seem to care that I'm not wearing a disguise. Cool. Yeah, they're pretty simple. First ones are these ice cubes by the entrance. I just realized he calls him Sponge Boob. That's funny. And the last one is Squidward's wanted poster. You gotta get really close to it, though. And yeah. Random fun fact I actually noticed, the little reasoning here does change in the cutscene where Dennis looks at it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Now for Sandy's Tree Dome again. This one only has two, thankfully. And the first one is pretty easy to grab. You just go right from Sandy's entrance over to these two gravestones with Dirty Dan and Pinhead Larry. You interact with them, and boom, it's the extra. And the second one is inside the tree dome itself. So yeah. Once you get in, it's just past the yellow line, right by Sandy's TV, with this photo of Kenny the cat. You just interact with it, and boom. That's all of the extras in the main levels. We just have two more left. The last level has three extras in total, two of which are in Rock Bottom. The first one is just to the left of Patrick. You just go forwards until you find this rock, and you collect this little Kelp Nougat Crunch Bar. And then, yeah, that's it. And the last one isn't until, you actually gotta start going forward. You can only grab the Kelp Nougat one in, like, the little break section. But as for the one you get here, it's a pain in the ass. So, essentially, it is Yummers, that placeholder guy. And he has a random chance to appear in the road whenever you use the flashlight. But it takes him a bit. And he has a very rare chance to appear. Very rare indeed. I'm probably gonna die. Or not. I'll do this whole walk just in case I do get him. I think I did it in my old extras video, so, if I did, I'll put it on screen by the end of this. But, yeah, Yummers is a bit of a pain in the ass with, this speedrun, considering he is an extra that is needed. And he has just so rare of a chance to appear. These guys. I don't really know what the deal is with that. Probably something with their jump scare, but because I'm using the shader, I just don't activate it or something. I don't know. Alright, yeah. I think around when this means Yummers doesn't have a chance to spawn anymore. So, yeah, if you get to this, you just, you restart, you try again. It's better to do this at the end of the run when you're, like, doing the mini games and stuff, but, yeah. And since I didn't get Yummers, I'll just play the clip of me getting it right here. And now for the last actual grabbable extra in this game. It's during this boss fight with Doodle Patrick. So, you just dodge his attacks, and it is, let me just... It's this poster right here by the guitar. Yeah, pretty simple. Now we're on to the final collectible Easter eggs in this game. And they're all the way back in the tutorial. Now, I will note, I'll explain this in a bit, but I probably already have. Yeah, you need to come back to this level after you've gotten all the Goofy Goober tokens and golden spatulas. But anyways, right after the bit in the kelp, like the kelp dunes, where Patrick tries to scare you, when you go forwards at around here, near this little rock pillar, you're gonna want to go right through this little kelp forest, or field, and into this little alcove. And boom, there's a door right there, and a guy at a lemonade stand over here, and this is what I was talking about. So if you interact with this guy, he'll say some stuff and unlock an extra. He'll open his door, and inside is his chest. You can open it, and it gets you one of the mini games. So yeah. And then the guy on the right gives you the other extra, and the other mini game as well, and a cup of lemonade, presumably, probably not. And that does it for every Easter egg. Now I'm gonna explain one last thing before we go to the outro and stuff, because there are technically two other extras that are left to get. Uh, I was gonna show these off, but I actually had to make a new save file for this because I was stupid and didn't mute the game audio. It's these two. Ignore literally everything else. Yeah, it's these two. Sea Bears and Fairy Tales are real, and Mr. Krusty is that you. And able to get those, you just have to beat the No SpongeBob's Day and One Night with Krusty minigames. The ones we just unlocked. And then, yeah, once you got both of these, those will unlock the Chef's Calamity if you have all the other extras and stuff. And then you beat that, and that is in 101% of Around the Clock at Bikini Bottom. And so, with a glass of lemonade and some random mini games, we've come to the end of the video. I honestly did enjoy looking back at this game that I used to play relentlessly when I was like 15. And, it was nice kind of refilling a little nostalgia stuff with my actual kind of video passion, speedrunning, and guide videos. But with that, I do want to still bring up a thing from my past. Out of Bounds Secrets, which I mentioned like an hour ago. So, if you're new to my channel, in which case, hello. Thanks for watching an hour-long video on a random SpongeBob game. Out of Bounds Secrets used to be a little series I had on my channel where I just look out of bounds. It was essentially like boundary breaks or that thing, like Tetrabit, I think it is, does. They just look out of bounds. A bunch of YouTubers have done it since I was by no means one of the first. I was just the only one to do it on this game. And to this day, even though I've kind of made it a point that I don't really want to go back to the series, people still ask me in my comments on those old videos when I'm making another one. Well, that and what do I use for the console in this? I'm still not answering though. But I kind of thought maybe I could have like something to end the series off. So I'm making a bit of a compromise. Currently, at the time I am recording this outro, I have 840 subscribers. I think that is fairly close to, well, 1,000. So, if you guys can get me to 1,000 subscribers, I will make one last wrap up video of Outbound Secrets where I look through the rest of the levels I never did, so Larry's Gym onwards. And then afterwards, I am done with the series. Cool? Cool. And like I said, maybe I'll come back to doing 101% or even just speedruns in general. But please don't hold me to this. This game is very, very RNG based. I really wasn't joking about that when I said that earlier in the video. But with that said, I do believe we've come to the end of our time. Join me next time where I'll be looking at Bendy and the Dark Revival in its 100% category. But with that, I leave you to it. If it's your birthday today while watching this video, happy birthday to you, and I bid you adieu.